Hi there, I'm Kerry Brown, and I'm the co-founder of Eat Gangster.
And I'm Jamie Brown, this girl's identical twin sister, if you can't tell, and an investor in Eat Gangster.
Judges, Jamie and I are two of many who cannot enjoy this cake mix here because of food allergies and food sensitivities. In fact, over 30 million people now have a diagnosed food allergy, and over 85 million people are avoiding at least one food allergen. With that, there's a major problem because so many of us are having to give up the foods that we love. There's very limited options out there, and ultimately, it leaves someone like us feeling isolated, frustrated, and it's just not sustainable.
But that's where Eat Gangster comes in. We make better-for-you, clean ingredient baking mixes that are free of the top 14 allergens. Our name is an acronym for what our mixes stand for. We are gluten-free, grain-free, dairy-free, egg-free, soy-free, and more.
We have a lineup of 10 different SKUs, from cakes to cookies to quick breads. The base of our baking mixes is tiger nuts. Tiger nuts are not a nut, but rather a root vegetable. Now, judges, in front of you, you'll have a sampling of some of our products, including our chewy Choco Knot brownie, which is made from carob instead of chocolate, and also our oatmeal cookie mix, which is our take on a traditional oatmeal cookie. Okay, so please enjoy while we dive in here. The baking mix market in the US is close to $40 billion. We're really working to carve out a niche within the gluten-free baking mix market here. But what we're seeing is, as more and more people are reading ingredient labels, looking for healthier ingredients, we're really crossing over into that clean label baking mix group as well. So this is where Eat Gangster is right now. This year, we'll do about $400,000 in sales. The bulk of our business is on Amazon, where we're really driving discoverability of our brand. On our website is where we're building brand loyalty. You can see that, too, in our return customer rate and lifetime value. This other little sliver here at the top is something we parlayed into just about a year or so ago: food service. We're seeing a giant need across universities, healthcare organizations, restaurants who need products like ours to tick those boxes for so many dietary needs. We are now available through the dropship programs of US Foods, Cisco, and more. We have a growing client list, and we're just getting started. Food service is where we see a lot of potential to scale. So this is how we're different. There's plenty of gluten-free baking mixes out there, but none of them tick the boxes like we do. We're made on an allergy-friendly line. We do not have allergy warnings on the back of our products, and so customers are coming to learn that they can trust our products. With the right investment, we see our sales going to $2 million in the next 2 years. We have a very strong gross product margin in each of our channels, and that's only going to get stronger as we grow. This is just to share some recent exits in the natural food space. An exit like this would be a longer-term goal for Eat Gangster.
Kerry and I bring 10 years of experience in entrepreneurship, hospitality, and Heather, as well, brings along experience in recipe development and also in nutrition. So the three of us as a team make a great complementary group. We have excellent relationships with our co-packer, with our Amazon fulfillment team, and our fulfillment in general.
So we're seeking $250,000 for this next period of growth. We plan to invest that in inventory for one, and then also in finding someone who can help develop the food service space for us, as well as in financial planning and inventory. The bulk of the funds would be used for marketing. We need to ramp up our ad spend, in our social media influence, as well as attend key food service shows to move the needle there. Judges, with our unique experience and our unique product line and really mega trends on our side, we see huge potential for growth for our company. And so we just ask, who wants to come make some dough with us? Thank you.
So the cookies we just had, are those, what's the sugar content of those?
So interestingly, most of our mixes, the end consumer adds the sweetener. We generally recommend 100% maple syrup for that, so it's unrefined and it's a natural sugar.
So one of the things, I don't really have allergies, but one of my reactions was just this idea of like healthier baking. So, and that seems like a bigger world than just the one that you're in, and I don't know how you think about it, but.
I appreciate that. Not many see that, but I completely agree. It's why when we look at the gluten-free baking mix market, we are trying to really carve out a niche there. Yeah. But at the same time, there's a huge movement, as we all know, in healthy eating, clean label. Our mixes fit right in there. There are no preservatives, food dyes, et cetera.
Yeah, I mean, I think, and maybe it's just the world I hang around with, but the idea of like blood sugar and not spiking and all of that, if you can create products that people feel more comfortable eating, especially sweets, to me, that's huge.
It's one of the most exciting things about a lot of our mixes is because the consumer adds the sweetener. Yeah. I'm a type 1 diabetic, right? So I usually use applesauce instead of maple syrup. Now you're going to get a better normal cookie with maple syrup, but for me it works great. So having an adjustable sweetener like that works great.
We use dates a lot for the same
Yes.
sort of reason. So
the banana bread is sweetened with date sugar.
Oh, it is. One of the things that I'm worried about for you guys is just the barriers to entry, and maybe, I mean, sitting here and watching you, I think the barrier is fairly high because of your personal connection to it and the way you guys tell the story. But out there in the marketplace, how do you deal with that? That somebody doesn't just say, okay, I'm gonna crush these guys because I can do this cheaper.
I totally get it. Well, for one, it's why we're using Amazon, because we can really reach a national audience for cheap. It's why we're not going into retail, because we don't see money there. And ultimately where we are, we're a pretty fringe product right now, but the trends are kind of working in our favor. What we're working on is building a very strong brand that is authentic, that is cool and interesting, people want to be a part of. And I think that kind of creates a moat around your brand so that you can kind of grow from there.
I love the idea of going to colleges and places that really care. So
we got Vanderbilt, we got University of Wyoming, and they're ordering more and more stuff. So we're really excited about that.
So how much money do you think you'll need beyond this 250?
That's such a good question. We'll have to see, right? So we see that really helping us over the next 2 years build it, and then we'd have to revisit from there. Our goal is to reach that $10 to $20 million mark because that's where you can see more powerful exits like we showed on that slide.
So you want to push this to about 10 to 20 million
10 to
in
20,
revenue?
yes.
Okay, all right.
How tough is it to find a kind of a clean co-packer?
Not easy, although we bounced around to 3 different ones in the beginning of our growth, but we've found one now who has a completely allergy-friendly line. He's gluten-free certified, so we're sticking with him. We've got a great relationship with him.
So I get your point earlier on DTC versus going through the grocery channel, that the grocers consume a lot of the margins. But the other side of it is the influencers in Amazon are notoriously fickle, and you can get buried in a heartbeat. Like, how do you balance that? And how do you stay relevant as opposed to just being the product of the moment in a DTC channel?
It's interesting with Amazon, yeah, as you know, you don't get any customer data or anything, right? So it's why we're really focused on our website and helping that build loyalty there. For example, we've got a strong affiliate program where people get say a functional medicine doctor, they get a cut in sales of our products. We're also, this year, we're launching basically a chatbot on our website where if you pick up a product, you scan it on the back, you'll be able to get allergy info, recipes. We'll be able to collect customer data from that. So there's a lot of opportunity, I think, to leverage Amazon for what it's worth and then try to glean customers from there. Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.